Have you ever felt a sound? Not with your ears, but deep in your chest, like the bass at a concert that seems to vibrate your skeleton. This physical sensation is often caused by sound waves we can't actually hear. It's called infrasound, acoustic energy below the 20 Hz threshold of human hearing. It's a ghost note in the symphony of reality. Sources are all around us: slow-moving weather patterns, wind turbines, and even the old pipes rattling in a building's walls. Some researchers have linked the presence of these unheard frequencies to the unsettling feeling of a haunted location. The persistent low-frequency vibrations can subtly affect our bodies, inducing feelings of anxiety, sorrow, or even paranoia. You aren't hearing a ghost, you are feeling a sound. Your body is perceiving a color on the emotional spectrum that your ears cannot register. This blending of senses isn't limited to fringe phenomena. Consider two words, booba and kiki. Now, match them to two shapes. One is soft and round, the other is sharp and spiky. Which is which? Over 95% of people, regardless of their language or culture, say booba is the round one and kiki is the spiky one. This is the booba-kiki effect. The explanation is surprisingly physical. To say booba, your mouth makes a soft, round shape. To say kiki, your tongue makes sharp, fast movements against the roof of your mouth. Your brain creates a natural, intuitive map between the feeling of a sound and the look of a shape. It's a fundamental form of synesthesia we all share. It suggests that our senses are not isolated islands of perception. They speak a common, underlying grammatical language of shape and texture. A sound isn't just a frequency, it has a form. Sometimes this sensory mapping isn't just a suggestion, it's a command. Watch a video of someone saying the syllable ga ga ga. Now, if the audio is replaced with someone saying ba ba ba, what do you hear? Most people don't hear ga or ba. They hear da da da, a sound that exists only in their mind. This is the McGurk effect. Your brain receives conflicting data. Your eyes see the mouth shape for ga, while your ears hear the sound ba. It can't accept both, so it makes a guess. It computes the most probable sound that could result from those two conflicting signals, and it presents da as the reality. This isn't a failure of your senses. It's a profound success of your brain's predictive power. It demonstrates that perception is not a passive recording of the outside world, but an active and sometimes creative process of constructing it. So, where is the brain's mixing board? Where does this fusion of reality take place? It's not in one single spot, but in several multisensory integration zones. Brain imaging shows these areas lighting up whenever we combine information from our eyes, ears, and skin. One of the most critical hubs is the superior colliculus, a structure in the midbrain. It doesn't contain separate neurons for seeing and hearing. Instead, it has multisensory neurons. A single neuron might fire when it detects a flash of light in your peripheral vision, but it will fire much more intensely if that flash is accompanied by a sound coming from the same location. It's not a vision neuron or a sound neuron, it's an event at that location neuron. The brain's default state isn't separation, it's integration. The idea that you have 5 distinct senses is a convenient simplification, a story we tell ourselves. We don't just passively experience this sensory blending, we actively engineer it. We use it to make sense of things that have no inherent look or sound. Look at a weather map. The deep red doesn't mean the air itself is red, it's a color we have assigned to the abstract concept of high temperature. We have given heat a color. A stock market chart uses an upward sloping line to represent financial growth. We have given wealth a shape. An fMRI scan translates blood flow in the brain into a rainbow of colors to show neural activity. We are visualizing thought. This is intentional, learned synesthesia. We are hacking our own perceptual systems, taking invisible, silent, and intangible data and translating it into a sensory language our brain is built to understand intuitively. We are giving a voice to the unheard and a color to the unseen. If the brain is this flexible, can we go further than just blending existing senses? Can we create new ones? Consider sensory substitution devices. The BrainPort allows profoundly blind individuals to perceive the world through their tongue. A camera mounted on glasses sends video information to a small grid of electrodes placed on the user's tongue. This grid, a lollipop-sized intraoral device, translates the pixels of the image into patterns of electrical stimulation. Light becomes pressure and vibration. At first, it just feels like fizzing candy. But with training, the brain learns to interpret these patterns. The user stops feeling a tingle on their tongue and starts seeing shapes, movement, and objects in front of them. The brain's visual cortex, starved of input from the eyes, has rewired itself. It has learned to see using the tongue. It proves the brain is a general-purpose reality engine. The peripherals we're born with, eyes, ears, skin, are just the default hardware. What about the ultimate unheard sound? Absolute silence. An anechoic chamber is a room designed to completely absorb reflections of sound. It is one of the quietest places on Earth. People who spend time inside report that the absence of external sound is deafening. With no outside data to process, your auditory system cranks up the gain, like turning the volume on your stereo all the way up. You start to hear the sounds of your own body, the dull thud of your heart, the rush of blood in your ears, the faint crackle of your nervous system. Some people even experience complex auditory hallucinations. The brain, it seems, abhors a sensory vacuum. When the world stops talking to it, the brain starts talking to itself. It projects its own colors and sounds onto the silent, black canvas of nothingness. Ultimately, our entire perception of reality is a form of translation. The world outside your mind has no color, no sound, no flavor. It is just raw data, photons of different wavelengths, molecules of different shapes, vibrations in the air. Think of it like your computer's desktop. The blue folder icon for your vacation photos isn't actually your photos. It's a convenient, graphical representation that you can interact with. The redness of an apple is an icon created by your brain. It's a useful symbol that conveys information about ripeness and nutritional value, but the property of red does not exist in the apple itself. It exists in your perception. Our whole sensorium, our total sensory experience, is a user interface, one that has been fine-tuned by evolution for survival, not for seeing objective reality. So, the color of an unheard sound isn't a glitch in the system. It's a reminder that the system itself is the artist, constantly painting, sculpting, and scoring the masterpiece that you call the world.